All right. Well, then in that case, excellent. So we're gonna do some very basic seed today. We're going after the SA11 site at Tonopah. We have the knee boards up. I have them. 1 second.
Double-sided tape.
No, you. Oh, oops, I renamed it wrong. It's 724, not 723. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. Okay, anyway. Let's share my screen here. All right, I'm just going to go over some very basic stuff, and then Skittles is going to kind of give a presentation or talk or something on missile defense. But a couple things. We have an Alamo today, so I don't know how many of you know what an Alamo is. But an Alamo is to the point that if we get separated for any reason, if things go wrong, if your lead gets shot down, Alamo is like a pre-brief point, and it can be any steer point as well. Like, I might tell you, like, we're going to Alamo over steer point 6 potentially. Not that we will today, but just to give you an example. But an Alamo is like a pre-briefed area that we can all find and regroup at. So if for whatever reason you get lost on this flight, I'll just say, hey, go to Alamo, and we'll meet up there and start over again or something. So keys for SEAD is part of it today is just going to be staying high and fast. So we are going to be coming in from the southeast here, part of the circle, mostly south. We're going to egress southwest when we're off target. We're just going to start with this very basic today because, it's nighttime and this is our first time doing it. So I'm not going to throw too much crazy stuff in here. But pretty much we're going to work as like hunter killer. I'd say pair, but we're in threes. So 2 and 3 are going to be more the killer and 1's going to be the hunter. So 1 is going to kind of go in and push in, and he's basically going to intentionally get shot at. And 2 and 3, you're going to be in like maybe a 4 or 5 mile trail, and you should be able to get a really good slap shot on whatever's shooting him. Makes sense? Pretty straightforward in that regard?
Yep.
All right. So, again, this is not like the only way we'll do SEAD, but this is just a very effective way to do it right now. It's nighttime, first time teaching it, to you guys. So pretty simple. You can kind of see the general flight path there. I put some arrows in. Not that you can really see those. We're going after an SA-11. So a couple things regarding the SA-11. SA-11 has, a snowdrift radar. That's its main fire control radar. It's also, each launcher has its own individual radar. So the launchers are called TELARs. I think they have like 3 missiles each, but the launcher has its own radar. So the main thing is pretty big. But even when the snowdrift is down, those TELARs are roughly, in terms of like search range, about the size of an SA-15. But that missile is still a full SA-11 missile. So once the snowdrift is down, the site is not dead. That's very important to keep in mind. So try not to get in too close to the point that where you can't escape. But still, we're not going to be able to just sit outside the WES. In Com2X and deployment, we're using the IAD script. We're also going to have the high-digit SAM script, I believe, or mod as well. So there'll be some more deadly SIMs for sure. But today, these radars are going to be permanently emitting. On deployment, they're not, and we're not always going to have these threat rings programmed in for us. So you might just kind of be flying along, not know exactly where something is, and you're going to get engaged. So learning how to deal with these and learning how to maneuver and defend them and whatnot is going to be paramount to our survival. Other things about the SA-11, of course, it's radar guided, so use chaff, not flares. Loadout today is going to be 90 chaff, 30 flares. That's generally our standard loadout. So I'm not going to kind of brief that every time we go up. The only reason I've been saying load 120 flares is because that's not standard. But the standard is 90 chaff, 30 flare for us. Other key points. Want to stay fast. So, we do a lot of cruising at Mach 0.8. As soon as we fence in and we start close to getting to IP, we're going to be doing at least 0.9. You don't want to be slow. If you need to defend a missile, you're going to have to be fast. Things to keep in mind as well. We might have to have our bags. We might need the gas to get home. So when you do go to defend, try not to just yank it, and pull really hard. keep in mind you've got a lot of weight on the jet. Probably want to be in Cat 3 as well. That'll also kind of help you out. Trying to think if there's anything else we need to really cover at this moment. So radio calls, it'll be like Red Eye 1-1 Magnum. That's just the standard one. If someone asks for a slap shot's an immediate request for a harm. So you'll say, Red Eye 1-1 slap shot, SA, whatever. Good to let people know what you're engaging when you fire it. You don't have to say it right as you fire it. You can say it after. Focus on getting the missile off first, aviate, communicate, or aviate, navigate, communicate. So get that out and then make the call if you have to. But make sure that's on pry. People need to know what you're doing and ideally what you've shot at. If there is a SAM, you can say, SAM launch, defend. If you know who it is, say it on your flight as well. Let them know. Like, hey, SAM, defend. That during the daytime especially, we'll start doing wheels. We'll have SEAD and DEAD flights, so guys with cluster bombs. So the guys weaseling, might suppress the SAM with harms, get the radar to stop emitting. The guys doing DEAD can then come and bomb it, that sort of thing, or keep it focused the other way because the radar will turn. So if you're coming over here, you might not have like a harm shot, but if the radar is facing this way, you should be pretty good to go in with cluster bombs and just nail the site. So a lot of things we can do, but again, not going to focus on that today. SA-11 will not respawn until server restart, so I think there are some